The iPhone 16e just dropped and I've got some opinions about it. So let's just get right into it. The good, the bad, and who is this actually for? Hi, if you're new here, I'm DPster. I like to talk about tech with transparency, so don't forget to hit that follow and like button, and let's get into this phone. That price starting off is $170 more than the prior SE models. In this economy, $599 is way too much to be saying this is the budget-friendly phone. And keep in mind, for about $200 extra, you can get the iPhone 16, which has a lot more features like MagSafe and an ultra-wide camera for that additional pricing. And I know you guys are like, well, who's that for then? And we're going to get into who this phone is actually going to be for. So starting off with the finish, we're getting the iPhone 16e black and white with aluminum design, ceramic shield front, and a glass back. The capacity for the 16e is 126 gigabytes, 256 gigabytes, and 512 gigabytes. With the weight coming at 5.88 ounces with a height of 5.78 inches and a width of 2.82 inches. The display will have the Super Retina XDR display, 6.1 inches diagonally all-screen OLED display, HDR display, True Tone, wide color P3, and haptic touch. And obviously the biggest feature when it comes to the software and hardware side of things is going to be that 818 chip that allows you to have Apple Intelligence. And as a person who has the iPhone 16 Pro, I barely use Apple Intelligence. To be honest, I would not spend more money to have Apple Intelligence. The biggest difference for me is going to be what the camera allows you to do and have. So starting off, you will not be getting the action button or the ultra-wide camera. And I know if you're not really big into photography and things like that, then you probably won't care too much about that camera control button or the ultra-wide camera lens, but that is a big thing to keep in mind. You will be getting a 2-in-1 camera system. You'll be getting the 48MP Fusion 26mm as well as the 12mm 2x telescope. So you'll be able to zoom in and have the normal view of the camera. It does come with night mode and portrait mode with depth control, so you do still get some of those edited features afterwards as well. On top of that, you'll be getting the most normal features like Apple Pay, True Depth features, Face ID. And I also think there are a lot of good features on it, but I'm taking a bet that pricing is really coming from the fact of that Apple Intelligence, which honestly, you don't end up using that often. I would like to note that it still does give you access to that emergency SOS via satellite, so I think that was honestly really cool that they still incorporated that in the lower end budget phone. Now that's pretty much the good part of it, so let's go into everything this thing is missing. Starting off, you do not get MagSafe, and honestly, I use it a lot. It's become one of my favorite features on the phones, and it's kind of crazy that you won't be getting this with the E. This is also missing an ultra-wideband chip, so what does that actually mean? For you, that means it's going to be harder for you to find your devices. AirTags and AirPods use this for the precision findings of your device, and you will not be having that. You'll also not be getting too many color choices, which is kind of expected when they're just dropping a phone mid-year randomly. You're also missing all of these things as well. So who is this phone actually for? With that price range of $599, it's hard to say exactly who this phone is for. Logistically speaking, I think I'd rather save up my money and just get a phone at the $800 mark. Or just get the iPhone 15, because it is still being supported and it has a lot more features. While that A18 chip is really cool and it can do some really cool features, a lot of it is based on Apple Intelligence. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, most people do not use Apple Intelligence that often. I do not use Apple Intelligence that often. Most times when I still need something, I still look up ChatGPT. I open up that app. And the image playground and emoji playground and all those things you can do with an Apple Intelligence, honestly, you don't use those features that often to really be missing out on them. So the phone itself might be someone who's trying to upgrade from the prior SE, or someone who just doesn't really care too much about all those extra features or isn't really into photography, videography. But even for my own parents, I think I'd get them the 15 or the 16 instead of the 16e. So let me know your guys' opinion, and thanks for watching.